Hello, everybody. Today I want to talk about something that's been trending in social media lately, and that's Candace Owens being fired by the Daily Wire. She's been there for a long time. She's been working with many pro-Israeli people there, and I don't know about you guys, but I was thinking this time is gonna come very soon, and it just randomly happened yesterday. They would not keep her there because she is speaking objectively about Palestine. She's calling what Israel is doing a genocide. They can't accept that. They cannot accept that. They have to attack her and insult her, and so that it was just a matter of time, really. In my opinion, I'm surprised it didn't happen much earlier. So let's go over some of the quotes that Candace Owens said that led to her getting fired. She basically got fired for supporting Palestine, for supporting Palestinian lives and calling it what it is, calling it a genocide. So on her Twitter, we have on the 11th, on November the 3rd, 2023, she had said, "No government anywhere has a right to commit a genocide ever." And this really offended Zionists and pro-Israelis, because how dare you tell them they cannot do a genocide? They have the green light to do whatever they want. How dare you tell them otherwise? And then she goes on to say, there is no justification for a genocide. Also would anger them. How dare you tell us there's no justification? Then she goes on to say, I can't believe this even needs to be said or is even considered the least bit controversial to state. She's 100% right here, because how could it be controversial to say you cannot make a genocide on somebody? How is that controversial? I don't understand what kind of human being, what kind of morality would support that idea, that you can just kill men, women, and children, injured, elderly, the cats, the livestock, everything that breathes, you can kill it. And if anybody calls you and tells you are doing genocide, says you're doing genocide, then now you are somehow the victim. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't exist anywhere on the planet. It shouldn't exist in this case or scenario either. So this post was the first tipping stone for her. This has really got people in the Daily Wire angry, because they're really, really extremist people there. They're really extremely Zionist and really pro-Israeli to a ridiculous extent. And just to read some of her recent tweets as well on Twitter, she does say, my crime is that I do not believe that American taxpayers should have to pay for Israel's wars or the wars of any other country. Totally agree. Totally agree. Please, the taxes we pay, leave it for America. Leave it for Americans. Don't send it out to Ukraine. Don't send it out to Israel. We don't want that. We don't want our money being sent. We didn't agree to this deal. We didn't agree to this deal. Keep the money for us. We have a housing crisis. We have medical issues here. Nobody can afford the medical, anything medical wise. Then nobody can afford it. There's so many problems we have here that can be solved by this tax money instead of sending it out to foreign countries that are committing genocide on ethnic peoples. It should be a no-brainer. I've never seen a country giving aid like that, just giving billions of dollars in tax aid. No. So of course she's upset about that. She and very, very rightfully so. Why would an American pay for a war in Israel? Israelis have a higher standard of living than vast majority of Americans. We have so many Americans living in poverty. We have so many problems in our cities. We don't have smooth roads to drive on, but we have to send money to Israel. Why? She goes on to say, I will not change my mind. So the question is, what will you do to me next? The world is watching. Now, I think she's saying, what will you do to me next? Because famously, some rabbis called Rabbi Shmuley, I'm sorry, that's that name, Rabbi Shmuley, and he, I remember seeing that he had wished her to lose her money, or it was something of that sort. He was insulting her. I think he was insulting her family and her kids. And of course, she was called out for responding to him. You can't defend yourself. That's anti-Semitic. Nobody has the right to defend themselves, ever. Now, we're going to pause on that tweet right there, and we're going to go back to it later. I'm going to read another tweet here. I do not know Nick Fuentes. Neither do I. I have no idea who that is. But you already know that. What I do know is that everyone can see what you guys are doing to me. Your pattern is well established, and the world is waking up to it. My crime is having stood up for myself against your network of smears. And this was in response to the ADL page. And they're calling her all kinds of names. They're kind of throwing all kinds of insults at her. Just a really group of filthy people. No morality whatsoever. Very offensive words to this lady. Why? Because she doesn't want to support the genocide of the country. Like, that's the only reason. That's why they are. That's why she is guilty. She is guilty of standing up for human rights, standing up for the innocent people being killed. That's what it is. That's what it is. And anybody who would like to refute that and say anything stupid, I don't support any child, woman, innocent person being killed. That's just as far as that goes. I don't care who you are. You can't do it. And it doesn't matter if you're the ally of the USA, if you're the biggest enemy of the USA. Doesn't matter. Don't kill innocent people. Don't kill women and children. This should be a no-brainer. All right. So to go back to the tweet that I read earlier about, let me find it here. All right. So with the rabbi. So yes, she said, if you have not watched, I can encourage everyone to watch this episode of my show with the rabbi. It is the reason I have earned the ire of certain organizations. I don't know what ire means. I'm guessing something bad, maybe bad reputation. So she's quoting a tweet here of somebody saying that she's defending herself against a satanic Jewish rabbi who sells sex toys. This same rabbi has been attacking her for 2 years, but it's anti-Semitic for her to defend herself, I saw that in the video. And the craziest thing is the rabbi she brought on her show said a lot of really crazy stuff that a lot of people didn't catch, but I caught it. Probably more people caught it, but they were probably more focused on the crazier things he said. So let me just read a couple quotes from this video. You can find this video yourself on her channel. It's the rabbi that she recently interviewed in order to clear her name from anti-Semitism. And here's another thing I'm just throwing out there before I read this quote. Don't forget, keep in mind, us Arabs, we are the biggest groups of Semites. We are the biggest group of Semites. We are the biggest group of Semite people. We are the biggest. All right, now to read the quote. So this piece of work, he calls us Palestinians Amalek in order to justify murdering us, basically. He says, we hate being forced to kill your children. So he's saying, why are you forcing me to kill your children? Like, it's so ridiculous how they can just so clearly talk about killing kids and it's swept under the rug, normal. Why isn't this guy being persecuted for hate crimes against Palestinians? Anti-Semitism. Actually, he should be persecuted for anti-Semitism because that's what he's doing. Because Palestinians are Semitic. And we are the biggest Semitic group. Again, Arabs are the biggest Semitic group. So he should be persecuted for anti-Semitism himself. We hate being forced to kill your children. Who says that? Who says that? What kind of criminal freak says that? What kind of person go up to somebody, pulls a gun, shoots the baby, and says, why'd you make me do that? It's a psychopath. You are a psychopath. You're a psychopath. And you coming on the Candace Owens show just showed us all how much of a psychopath you are. Okay? That's all you did there. You didn't make yourself look innocent. You didn't make yourself look like a victim in anything. The only victim in that video was your chair. You need to work on that as well. I don't care about getting personal. This guy is literally justifying killing kids. Anyway, after that he says, no matter what Shmuley says to you, you can't call him an unholy rabbi. So he's saying no matter what Rabbi Shmuley calls you, he can throw every word of insult at you, and you just have to take it. And if you reply, if you respond, if you defend yourself, you are a criminal. You are an anti-Semite. So I would like to make this announcement here on my channel. Palestinian civilians, women, children, they have a right to defend themselves. And Candace Owens has a right to defend herself from Rabbi Shmuley's attacks. It's just, I mean, sorry if it hurts your feelings. That's the truth. That's the full truth there. I stopped watching after that last call. I couldn't stand that guy's face. Couldn't stand what he was saying, and we're really sick of this trash. You know, this type of trash mentality that they have. You know, you're never gonna have peace anywhere if your whole mentality is built around killing kids and then blaming it on the kids. That's not how war is supposed to be happening. That's not how war is dealt. So you see what now us Palestinian Muslims and Christians go on a daily basis. This is what we see on a daily basis. This is what we see on a daily basis when we go to Palestine. And I have been through the checkpoints. I've been to my village. I've been to my region, which is, by the way, the most dangerous region outside of Gaza, outside of the Gaza Strip. My region is the most dangerous region. And no, we don't have rockets. No, we haven't. All the people there are doing are trying to live their lives. That's all they're doing. The Israeli incursions are on a weekly basis. Just yesterday, they airstriked a car with some people in it. And then they always try to find a way to justify the crime. The thing is, this rabbi didn't even try to justify it. He just said, we hate being forced to kill your children. He didn't even try to justify it. He just said, yeah, we're forced to, sorry. Like, he was so lazy that he didn't even bring a justification or try to bring a justification. Not that any justification would be legitimate anyway, but just go to show you how trash these people are. These are a lot of extremists, and I know these people don't represent all the Jews. I know that there's some Jews here, a group of rabbis here that are really anti-Zionist extremists, and those people are different. These are not who I'm talking about. Zionist, pro-Israeli, genociding maniacs. That's who I'm talking about in this video. So Candace Owens, welcome to the party. Now you're getting just a little bit of the hate that we've been getting our whole lives from the pro-Israelis. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a good night.